In this video, I'm gonna explain you how to spot traps and why traps are so important in trading and what kind of details you have to look at when you want to trade traps and what's the meaning of traps for other market participants. So let's dive in. My name is Carlos and I'm the author of the book What Professional Traders Really Use, Price Action, which contains my experience based on 12,000 hours analyzing and trading mainly stocks and futures in a professional way. And it's also based in price action. So you will see I only use price, volume, and some other tools which are leading indicators. Traps are everywhere. And the first thing we're going to do is to define what a trap is when you have a downtrend or an uptrend. In this case, it's an uptrend. And then you have a retracement back down. Then you look for a new retracement which just breaks the previous swing, in this case a swing low, but it breaks only for a few ticks and it comes back, in this case back up again. So this is called a trap, and these kind of structures you find them everywhere. So as you see here, we had an uptrend as well, a retracement, and in the second retracement back down again, we just broke this level only for a few ticks and price came back up again. So you see traps everywhere. Some traps are a little bit smaller, others are a little bit bigger. And the question is, where do you find traps which are really significant and interesting? And one of the rules I use is a trap is significant when you see a strong candle at the same level. As you can see here, we have many different levels where traps could happen. And only at this level, there was a strong reaction. And when I say strong reaction, I mean by that, there is a very strong candle closing without a wick on top. And this is for me the signal, which means that where I can see that price is really reversing short term, at least. These kind of reversals are not forever. They are only short term, but that's what I want to have if I'm trading in a daily basis, because I'm just looking for small trades over and over again, which I can repeat over and over again in every trading session. As you can see, traps also work fine in downtrends. As you can see here, there was a swing high, and the swing high has been broken, but only for a few ticks, and price came back down again. And here there is a smaller trap, a smaller one, and then we have a downtrend. In this downtrend, when downtrends are big, there are no traps. What we see in downtrends is that support level becomes resistance, and it happens many times. Support level becomes resistance, and it happens once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. And then when this trend finishes, we usually see traps. One trap would be this one. This is the swing low, and then we broke the swing low only for a few ticks, and then there was a strong reaction back up again. And then, as I said before, you see here the big candle, this green one, closing strong. It means without a wick on top. And then we had a huge uptrend. Then after that came the retracement, and this retracement also happened at a trap level. As you can see here, this is the major trap level. As you can see, there was another swing low here, but the retracement didn't happen, or the trap didn't happen at this level. There was a kind of a reaction here, but there was no strong candle there, so it means there is no trap. So traps happen, as I said, also in downtrends. You can see it here. This is a very small one. This is a bigger one. There is another one here. There is another one here. Now we are reversing. So this is the reversal downtrend, down up. So, and as you can see, you can find them all the time. And why people don't use these kind of things? Because people are not patient enough to wait for these kind of situations, and they rush into other trades which are not really interesting, and they don't wait for these traps to happen. But as soon as you realize how traps work, it's the best strategy actually I use in my day trading, because it always signals that bigger participants are trading at those levels. And the reason why participants used to trade at trap levels is because they need liquidity. So, and what does it mean? It means that these trap levels are usually full of stop losses. And when a bigger participant wants to trade a bigger size, they need to push price to these levels where stop losses from unexperienced traders are, in order to use these volumes, these huge volumes of stop losses, to buy or sell. And using this method, they avoid slippage. They avoid moving the market only by executing big trades. So they can execute big trades at these levels because they are full of the counterpart. So if they are looking for a buy, there are a lot of sellers at these levels. And if they are looking for a sell, there are a lot of buyers at these levels, normally unexperienced traders. And bigger participants look to sell at these areas in order to have the liquidity they need for that. So as you can see, traps happen all the time. This is another example. Actually, I traded this one last day. So when you see there is a very nice trap level and you see the strong candle I normally use for that. Of course, this is not a 100% strategy, but it's something I use quite often because it works. For me, it works quite nice. So there are other things you have to take into account, but this is one of the things which are going to give you a huge edge if you are trading traps. So sometimes there is no traps. So in this case, you could expect to get a trap here. When traps doesn't happen, it means, and this is my interpretation, it means that the market has urgency to buy. And in this case, you see that clearly. So we didn't have a trap, and there were a lot of buyers before the trap, not after the breakout, before the breakout. And when you have a lot of buyers before the breakout, normally you can expect a huge movement upward or downward because it means urgency. So I hope it was clear how to do that, how to spot traps, and maybe you can just take some charts. It doesn't matter what kind of chart you take. They happen everywhere in crypto, in Forex, in futures. I use this strategy in futures because I think it's the financial instrument where these kind of things work best. But you have to find out how you can use these kind of concepts to your advantage, and analyze charts and see where you can use them, adapting them to your personality and the way you trade, of course. I hope it was useful for you. If you want to see more content about professional trading strategies, please subscribe, and see you in the next video. If you want to see a free chapter, you have a link in the description below. And I'm very curious about your feedback, and if you have any comments or questions, please let me know. See you in the next video, and thank you very much.